Alright, I'm gonna be making another video about some updates that I posted yesterday and that I pushed to GitLab, GitHub, and then also to the production server. So yeah, let's get to it. We got a lot to go over real fast. Keep it short, keep it sweet. Minimize myself. There we go. Cool. Oh, did I just lose my... There we go. For some reason, it looked like on my screen, the camera just paused or froze, one of the two. Alright, fixed. Problem solved. Alright, so on this version, we are doing version 1.52.62, so we made a minor update. Basically, there were a lot of changes to be made. And also, I've been working all today on some more changes, but I'm not going to push them out yet. It's not ready. So, first, we added a count for when you do a search via episodes or channels on your main search bar. So now I'll show you how many results and how many are being displayed. And then when you scroll through the infinite scroll, I call it, to keep scrolling down, it will update that count. I thought that was like a nice little feature. Plus, whenever I'm searching something, I'd like to know how close I am to the bottom if I'm ever going to reach that bottom. Sometimes you're thousands of episodes deep and you didn't realize how broad your search was, so you have to make that smaller. Anyways, that is one of the big changes for UI preferences for people. Also, filters. I was not doing and union when I was doing these filters for my episodes, so basically it wasn't giving the full count like it should. It wasn't adding, like, let's say you did a channel title and episode title. Well, it would take one, so and union. Let me explain this better. Think of it as a Venn diagram. You got two circles, and in the Venn diagram, there's 2 points that meet. So episode titles, one Venn diagram circle, channel titles, the other episode title circle. So you have both these filters in. You're going to say, hey, Joe Rogan is what you're searching for. Well, if it matched an episode title and it also matched that same channel title, it would put them in that middle section. But if they didn't match, they had to match on both. Well, I didn't want that. I wanted or basically and. It can do this one and it can do that one at the same time. Uh, Basically is what it came down to. It didn't have to be the same episode in channel, have to both be a match for you to get a result. Didn't want that, so now it just makes it bigger. And I'll do a demonstration in a little bit what I mean by all that. But basically, it gives you a better search, and you can broaden your searches out by the more filters you click, that bigger that net you're going to be casting on what you're searching for. Basically, to sum it up. Okay, the next one was the date filter was not working. I got it to work now. So whenever you put in a date, now this one's going to make your search, the more you do, like the smaller that number gets, you're going to get less episodes or less episodes. And just because right now it's set to anytime as default. So you get all of them, right? It doesn't matter if that episode was made, that podcast was made 10,000 years ago. You're getting that one. But if you do a more like fine-tuned search, that's the opposite effect. That's going to get you less episodes that are going to pop up in your query. So, fun little fact. All right. Oh yeah, I didn't realize that some episodes were not getting inputted into Elasticsearch, and when I was doing this, I realized, I think I'm missing some episodes. I should be getting some different results. Anyways, there were 100 episodes missing. Somehow I got lucky and found one that was and noticed it and thought I should be getting this episode as a result. It was a fairly new episode with Bradley Cooper. Anyways, yeah, so I found that, and then I wrote a few scripts really fast to determine some bash scripts to determine how many episodes I am actually missing. Just doing a quick compare between my actual Postgres database and my Elasticsearch database. Did a compare, and then found out there were about 100 episodes missing inside Elasticsearch that were in my Postgres that weren't there. So found those episodes, re-indexed them. We're good to go. They're in Elasticsearch, so when you do your search queries, they will pop up. That was another thing that was fixed. And then the downloads. So there were some channels that I couldn't figure out why in my main.py script. why I wasn't able to download them, and eventually after 5 retries of trying to download an MP3 file, it will just go on to the next episode. Well, that was happening on a few channels, and I realized the way it was scraping the data, it came off I was a bot looking for this, and so all I had to do was change a few um, lines of code just to make myself appear not as a bot, because I'm just going in there, grabbing, looking at the RSS feed, and then determining, hey, I want to download that. All right, download, and then I'm using it for transcribing or translating, whatever I'm doing with it. So yeah, those were the big changes, and that is version 1.52 that we went from 151 to 152 on that one. A lot of functionality and a lot of patches. I wanted to make the search queries better, and I think I accomplished that. There's still more to do, always more to do. Always come up with new ideas, new things I want to change, new things I want to implement. So yeah, let's go and do a demonstration. All right, so we are currently, let's type in Joe Rogan. All right, so we are just going to do it based on channel title, date, anytime, right? We're going to do a quick search, channel title only, just kind of give you a general gist. We have 2,620 results in showing 10. So let me give you a demonstration what I mean by showing 10. I always display 10 on the UI, and then we have loading more episodes, right? It's going to give you 10 more. And then you should see a number showing 20 out of the 2,620. Now, if you're like, in the past, you would never know how far down it went. Now you do know. You're going to have to do that about 262 times. Ridiculous. Yeah, good luck. Something like that. Yeah, 262 times you're going to have to keep scrolling to get that infinite scroll bar. Anyways, cool. That's done. Next thing. Alright, so that is done. Now let's go and do a date. Let me change the date. I just want to know this past week what we got going on for Joe Rogan in his channel titles. So, alright. 3 results showing 3. Bradley Cooper, Whitney Cummings, Kurt Metzger. Super easy. Alright, cool, cool, cool. So that's all working. I'm going to go back to anytime again. Oh, I didn't click it. There we go. Cool. And this is 2620. Cool. Now, episode title. Um, let's add this in. Let's see if it gets bigger. It should get bigger. By much? Not by much. 2,832. Alright, so we got all the channel tiles and all the episode tiles that match Joe Rogan, because Joe Rogan's been on other podcasts. So you're definitely going to see that. Now, I don't know how far down I have to scroll to find that. Don't really care right now. Episode description. I may get more for this one. Oh, yeah. Okay, so about 200 more. There were some people that had the word Joe Rogan in their episode description. So popped up about 200 more. All right, other than the ones that are currently there, because it probably still have them too. And then if I do transcript text, let's just do them all. 3002. I actually don't know how big this is going to be. And this transcript text is a lot different. That's going to be a lot more resource intensive, just because we're going to be using Elasticsearch. Oh, there we go. There's the answer. So that's how many people we're talking about. 5,719. All right, there you go. So there's your answers. Cool. And let's bring this down by last month. 442 results. Look at that. Look at that last week. 30 results. Cool. Yep. So everything seems to be working. So the more you add on each one of these, normally the bigger results you're going to get, the more results you're going to get. And then you diminish, and then the more you change in here, the less results you're going to get. So pretty self-explanatory, and that is what I meant. Also, it works for channel. Like, let's say I want to find Joe Rogan, um, but there is no date because channels are just created. They don't come with a date. You're just gonna get one result. There you go. So I have some more issues that I need to fix in the future. Right now, I'm working on uh, updating some language filters. Right now, it works. I'm not happy with the full results, so I'm going to keep tweaking it. Spent all day today doing that. And then, yeah, I think that was it. Let me just go back to my notes. Fix download, fix Elasticsearch missing episode, check review in the future. Yep. Data filter to work in the transcript filter. Here's a quick example, just keep you for a little bit longer. Boop, 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 boop. What was the name? Oh, Bradley Cooper. Here it is. Transcript last month. This was not going to pop up as Bradley Cooper. So this episode would not have popped up because Bradley Cooper, for some reason, this episode and 98 others or 100 others, whatever it was, were not in the Elasticsearch, so that would never have popped up because Elasticsearch only applies to transcript text. So that's where all the data for all the transcripts are. It was better to put it in Elasticsearch. That way I could keep it quick and efficient, and you see how quick that pops up with information. It used to take a long time. Now it doesn't take any time at all, milliseconds at best. So, yep, and there it is. Well, that's the update, and that's all I have for everyone today. Thank you for watching. Peace. Ciao.